Hey everyone, Sirturmund back here again, this time bringing you all one of Legends of Runeterra's most hated decks. Now, everybody hates to play against this deck because this deck is all about either high rolling or low rolling. And of course, I'm talking about Lurk. So today I'm bringing you a Lurk video, um, just kind of showing you how the deck runs and some of the things, how to play with this deck. So usually, if you guys know, obviously Lurk wants to trigger. You need to have another Lurk card on top of your deck for the effect to trigger and get an additional attack. And those are your cards that have the Lurk. So in this deck, almost all our cards are Lurk cards. For the exception of Treasure Seeker, which we run 3 copies of, Chronomancer, which is 3 copies, Predator, which is 2, so that's 8 non-Lurk cards. And that's it. So 32 of our cards are Lurk except for those 8 cards, which means that even when we don't predict something, it is very, very likely that we can hit the Lurk right away with no problem at all. Now, you might be wondering, where is Bone Skewer? I think Bone Skewer doesn't fit in this meta right now because Ari Cannon is all about recalling the units. I don't think Bone Skewer really does anything in this meta at the moment. It can be interrupted too easily by too many things. So instead, I just cut it and I just run as many cards as possible. So as you see, pretty much you just have to look up Lurk over here, and every Lurk card we're running, for the exception of Bloodbait and Ripper's Bait, which are not really useful at all. But yeah, that's really how to build a deck. Just look up Lurk and just put every single Lurk card in there. In terms of how to play the deck, obviously, right away, if you're going first, you want to make sure that you want to mulligan for one of your one drops, because that Lurk in turn 1 is very, very important. If you're going second, then see if you can try to get a Chronomancer so that you can predict on your turn 2, on your round 2 attack. If you're going third, if you're also attacking first and you already have a one drop in your hand, you can try to keep the Cersei color because she ends up being a pretty good attacking on your turn 3, right? If you have the odds on attack. And then after that, obviously, what the things that you want to predict are always going to be Rek'Sai or Pyke. Those are your 2 priorities. If it's not one of those, then you want to predict one of your other Lurk cards. Ruthless Predator allows you to level up Rek'Sai even when she only has 6 or 7 attack, while also being able to pull an opponent unit that, you might want to be able to target at that moment. So like if you want to pull like a Misfortune, right? Or you want to pull, I don't know, a Vhagar. That's how you do it with the Ruthless Predator right here. And then you finish up with your big Overwhelm units. Usually you don't want to see these units until later. So, try to not keep them in your mulligan if you can. And same thing with the Joltfish. If the game goes late enough, Joltfish can be such a game changer. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Again, this deck everybody hates playing against it. So you'll see in this video how people just surrender as soon as you high roll them with Lurk. But yeah, enjoy the games. And remember, if you're not following yet or subscribed yet, just make sure to subscribe to the YouTube in the bottom. I really appreciate it. It will help me a lot as we try to keep up doing daily LoR videos. So thank you so much. So in this game, we're going to be going up against Hecarim Viego. So, ooh, that's interesting. I have not seen a Hecarim in a very long time. I think we also want to get one of our one drops, right? To the point that I'm debating if it's actually better to kick a Chronomancer because we're in turn 1. If we don't get a one drop, that's like a huge deal. I think we're actually going to kick the Chronomancer out. We need the one drop. We need the one drop, otherwise we lose, and we ended up not getting it, and now we have a very super aqua hand. So look at this, turn 1 Lurk. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I had 2 Rek'Sais that I kicked back. I get the third one in my hand. I cannot believe this. I think I gotta just summon the Rek'Sai. If he has the stun, he has the stun. I gotta just summon the Rek'Sai. Try to make up some of the damage that I have lost, because she will trigger the Lurk twice, assuming that I hit the Lurk. Right? Now there's a chance that I just missed the Lurk. Okay. So we'll do it like this. Alright, luckily we hit it. So at least we kind of come back a little bit. Of course, Rek'Sai goes back to the top of the deck, so it doesn't matter. And then we'll play the Pyke, I guess. I guess it's going to be a weird game, like a really weird game. Oh, we can also just play the Swarm now, which might not be bad. think we need to kind of... You gotta be kidding me. I was gonna say, I think we gotta make up lost ground, but that's not what I meant. That is not what I meant at all. Like, how unlucky can we get in this game? Sure. The craziest thing is that we still have a chance. That's the funniest thing of it all, that we still have a chance. I like the Pyke here, start putting some damage in. We can even do this, right? We can even do this. So now his only way to survive this is gonna be like twin disciplines, but we have the bone skewer to protect us. Yeah, we can take this. We can take this to do the damage on the Pyke, and then what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna do the bone skewer to kill it. So this way, Pyke is already gonna be at 14. So I wanted to get that damage with the Pyke before we did anything else. Of course, here I kind of like doing the. I'm okay doing this. I think we just summon the Doom Keeper. The Doom Breaker, sorry. That would be a problem, because he wants to do the combo. He wants to do the mark, which is fine. Again, we still have Pyke in our hand. And Pyke is going to be leveling up here. And we have a second Pyke. So we can just do Pyke. And anything he summons is going to get completely destroyed. Because Pyke here levels up, right? Which means that we actually kill this Darkwater Scourge. Okay. I'm okay with that. I think we can save the Bone Skewer for something else. Because we're still threatening that kill, right? And if he doesn't open attack, we can do the Jewelfish. And Pyke still levels up. And there it is. I'm okay doing the Jewelfish. Pyke levels up, kills his whole board, and we still have the Bone Skewer. There's a consideration that keeping the Jewelfish would have been better if he had like a, you know, like if he summons Viego right now. But because I have the Bone Skewer as a backup, I'm okay with that. And remember, this is a game that we started like really bad, right? Missing the Lurk, having to throw the Rek'Sai in there like we did. But the double Pyke ended up kind of being the savior there. And obviously having the Jewelfish doesn't hurt. Ooh, so he denied the one that Pyke was hitting. The problem with that is that we're still not in any threat, and it means one less thing. It means one less thing we have to worry about, and for some reason he gave us this kill. Yeah, for some reason he decided to do that, which I think is really weird. Because now we can just do this, right? I'm trying to debate. So the reason, what I'm thinking about here is that it's better to do the call of the pack instead of doing the predict. Which I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because we could have a second Jewelfish. The Overwhelm here is going to be very huge. So the Overwhelm here is huge. We have the Jewelfish. We could probably also just summon the Chronomancer, by the way. How good is this Bone Skewer here? How good is this Bone Skewer here? Because really, he's not stopping anything with this, right? Problem is that we lose the Bone Skewer. Yeah, the problem is that we lose the Bone Skewer, but we do have the Jewelfish as a backup. And we still have another Sirturmund caller, and we have a Pyke, right? if he has a second one, we have to block. So we have to block no matter what, in case that he has a second. Yeah, which he doesn't. So he was trying to be funny there by doing that. Well, trying to bait out another one, but it didn't matter to us. Here we can pick the Rek'Sai. I'm okay picking the Pyke here. Yeah, he doesn't have a way to answer this now. We can always play Rek'Sai. I guess the problem with Rek'Sai is that he could have the stun, right? Or he could have a recall or something. That would be the only punish, but he doesn't have it. So we ended up winning, even after starting up like really, really bad. So that was a pretty crazy win right there. So in this matchup, we're going to be going up Lurk versus Darkness. I think we have a... I think we might be able to go fast enough that they can't do anything about it. Obviously, the problem here is kind of like keeping the call of the pack. If I had a champion, I wouldn't mind keeping it. The call of the pack allows me to predict next turn, though. So some of these version of decks do run Gohar. So I think we do need to go with the Shockling instead of the Hatchling. Just in case that they have the Gohar. Oh, we ended up hitting the Rek'Sai. Okay. Well, so now we don't even need to predict for the Rek'Sai. We can just do the call the pack into the Rek'Sai to open next turn. So if they have the Catalyzer here, obviously it's not. It's a Conchologist. I think in that case, since it's the Conchologist, okay, he could have gotten a Pain there. So I think we still need to do it like this. I really like the idea of a second Rek'Sai. I really like the idea of a second Rek'Sai. I think if we can push a lot of damage, that's good. And the second Rek'Sai also gives me access to... He could have a Battle Feast if we open with the Hatchling. So this gets punished by a Battle Feast, which gives him more blockers. He doesn't have it. We can do this. We have other pings as well, so that's a problem. So I think what we have to go for here is try to turbo level the Rek'Sai. Obviously he just blocks. He takes 2 damage. He's gonna block here. Okay, that means he has the ping to do this. So he has Pokey Stick or something. Group Shot, okay. And that was the regular group shot, so we still haven't seen what he created. So one of his cards is something that's created. The problem that he's gonna have here is that the Snapjaw Swarm is like huge right now, right? So he has another created card from this, so that's unfortunate. What are the chances, I guess, that he has... So this is great because now the Rek'Sai is a threat to level, right? So he has 2 cards created. Okay, so he has 3 cards created. And we have a Rek'Sai that's about to punish the damage, right? So he needs to have minimal for Vengeance right here. Nothing else saves him from the Rek'Sai leveling up. So if it's not the Minimorph or the Vengeance, he has exactly 6 mana, of course. Then the Rek'Sai just levels up here. Because we can guarantee the level by sending back the Jolfish. And now we attack. We don't want to wait in case that he has another way to kill this. Because remember, he has 2 spells that he got from Conchologist, right? And now our Rek'Sai is leveled up. And we have a full hand again because we did the Rek'Sai spell. And we also got the units from Rek'Sai. So all these cards were created. So we're putting way too much pressure on him. And once turn 8 arrives, we have 2 Jolfish in our hands. So we can clear his whole board. So here he can go down to 6, which is, I guess, not the worst thing in the world for him. We also have a Seraph the Under Titan to be able to do Overwhelm damage while being able to have Spell Shield. And again, we are keeping track of the fact that 2 of his cards are created cards from Conchologist. So they have to be spells that cost 3 or less, which I feel like if he had... The one that would have been the most punishing there would have been the stress defense, but if he had that, he would have done it right away when I summoned the Rek'Sai, I think. I don't think he would have risked the Rek'Sai leveling up. So I wonder what he's thinking here of doing. Maybe he's thinking of blocking and then being able to ping our Rek'Sai, which is fine. He kills the Rek'Sai that way. Or maybe he's just a little bit tilted and doesn't want to do anything. Maybe he's thinking that he got high roll, which he did a little bit, right? We got double Rek'Sai. Although we predicted for the second one, right? So it's not a pure high roll. I think I want to spend my whole mana here. I want to be mana efficient, so I'm going to do the Hammer Fin. And then next time we're going to have 3/6 mana, so we can do the second Hammer Fin, the Cersei Collar, plus the Sharkling. Yeah, I think our opponent might have just rage quit, right? Opponent was not a fan of the Lurk deck, so he just rage quit. So that's actually pretty funny. Yeah, there you go. Wow. And like I said, there's a reason that Lurk is one of the most hated decks in the game. People just tilt with it like right away. So what a game. So in this matchup, we're gonna be going up against Scouts. I think Lurk should be able to do well versus Scouts. They don't have a lot of ways to interact with us. Ooh, wow, this is risky though. I need a 1-drop. I need a 1-drop. I have the attack token and I don't have a 1-drop. I hate to kick out the Cersei Collar, but there it is. So the benefit of this match is that they don't have a way to interact with our board that much. I'm okay doing the hatchling. We missed the Lurk anyway, so... Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. That took a while. Oh, we high-rolled the Rek'Sai. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, opponent. He could have the... Got the Bright Steel right here? No Bright Steel. Okay. We can do the Chronomancer, right? Do the Chronomancer. Let's do the Hammer Fin. I like the Hammer Fin. I like the Hammer Fin because we can use her as a way to use the Hammer Fin as a way to threaten against the Misfortune. So here we can do the Cersei Hatchling. If he gets greedy and summons the Misfortune, we can do the Hammer Fin. Ooh, okay. We can still do it this way, I guess. Are we missing the Lurk? No, we didn't. Oh. Okay, so here we're hitting for another 6 while getting rid of his unit. Rek'Sai is going to be a... We are kind of running low on resources depending on what this is, right? Hopefully it's like a big unit that we know can survive damage. If he has Misfortune, this is a problem. We do have the Treasure Seeker, kind of like a blocker. Oh, another Hammer Fin. Wow. That's huge. That is huge. Yeah, we can do it on this guy. This allows us to block the Navigator, which I'm okay with. We can play the Treasure Seeker, which allows us to kill this guy next turn. I guess the question is, what do we do here? He could have the sharp side, so I don't think this is ever pushing damage. I think what we can do is the Walking Sands and do the Rek'Sai. I guess we don't need to do the Rek'Sai. We can just do the Walking Sands to take the Precious Pet out. Maybe we... Because he has no way to interact with the Rek'Sai, so I think we just win, right? If we're able to kill him with the Rek'Sai later.
Nothing gets between me and my mark.
Wow. There is a lot of damage if he doesn't block, right? There is a lot of damage if he doesn't block. We also run the risk like throwing the Rek'Sai down. Guarantees that we hit this here. Because what I'm worried about is that we might not hit the Lurk. So I'm okay doing it like this. And we hit the Lurk anyways. This puts a lot of damage pressure on him. His only fearsome blocker is Quinn. So if he doesn't block with Quinn, he's taking 6. This is at sat 11, so his whole board goes bye-bye. And all he has now is a Quinn. We have the Joltfish. Unfortunately, we do lose the Rek'Sai. So now we have to push 5 damage. We just need one of our Overwhelm units, right?
That's far enough.
Okay, he decided that he needs to sacrifice the Quinn. That's smart. I think that's smart from the opponent. That Quinn is never really living. We need something else, though. We need a second Rek'Sai. Or we need an Overwhelm. There's a lot of things that do it here, right? Overwhelm does it. Second Rek'Sai does it. Okay. That's good. That gives us a chance. We could potentially draw the second Rek'Sai. I think it's actually worth it to pass.
They appeared out of nowhere.
Because we could also get the Pyke, right? I think I'm fine doing it now. Yeah, it has to be Rek'Sai, right? Has to be Rek'Sai. Allows us to refill our board. Could be the Overwhelm, but I think it's Rek'Sai. I think it's always Rek'Sai. We just have to hope that we hit the Lurk. You gotta play it like this when you're playing with Lurk, right? You either hit the Lurk or you don't. So, I cannot play around it, I don't think. Obviously, he has the for Demasias to stop the Overwhelm damage. So that's why I didn't think that the other solution was a better play. The problem with the for Demacia is that it's not enough. It's not enough to save him against the color. So let's see. All or nothing. All or nothing here. In fact, he doesn't even kill. He doesn't even kill. We don't need to attack with the color because we have the Jellfish, by the way. And we hit it. Rek'Sai levels up. Rek'Sai doesn't die to anything here unless he has Sharp Sight. And then we have the Jellfish next turn to finish up the rest of his board, right? So here he needs to block anyways. So he blocks with this, does the Sharp Sight, sacrifices his unit. Boom. We play the Hatchling, and then next turn we have Jellfish plus 3 units that can hit stuff. And then we can play the Under Titan next turn.
You're covered.
So he can kill this, right? I'm okay seeing what he does if he does the For Demacia right here. He goes for Demacia. If he taps out of For Demacia, then we can do the Jellfish. That is a little bit annoying because he can kill this for free. There we go. We hit all the right ones. We hit this twice. We hit this once. I don't want to be at him. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. It's just the deck, right? What can I do? But anyways, yeah. So in this matchup, we're going to be going Lurk versus FTR. So Trundle and Tryndamere feel the rush. I think we can go much faster than they can kill us. Maybe the Treasure Seeker is not needed in this case. Maybe we want to go like stuff that has more than 1 health, because the Treasure Seeker is going to be vulnerable to a battle piece. Obviously, sending the Treasure Seeker back means that we have more chances now of missing our Lurk. But we didn't miss it, so we're okay. That's not bad. We can do this. If he attacks, I think we have to take it. Okay. So, I like doing the Rek'Sai. The only problem with sending the Rek'Sai back is that if we do this, we cannot develop. Because if we develop anything else, then he has enough mana to do the avalanche. So I do like doing it this way. And what does he have here? Double Balthis? That means that we don't have to worry about Balthis over here. Okay. But it does give him... So that's one less Balthis that we have to worry about for a hatchling. Unfortunately, it does give him blockers, right? But this is very awkward for him, because I don't think he can use... Like, he shouldn't be able to use the avalanche anymore because he has those... because he has those blockers in the field. There's two ways that we can do this. We can do the hatchling first and see what he does. He spent 2 Balthis, right? So if he doesn't do anything else, we can send this back. Oof. And see what he does. I mean, he could have a whale, right? So the whale kind of puts us in a bad spot, because whale means that we don't push any damage. He had the 3rd Balthis, okay. Just casually opponent got triple Balthis. So now we're gonna be vulnerable to a big avalanche. Because we decided to do this turn. So Avalanche, Rabin, he decides to wait for some reason. So now we can play the Sirturmund caller. Let's summon another caller. I'm willing to do the Rek'Sai. Okay. So let's see it. Does he have the freeze for the Rek'Sai or the Vengeance? He could have Vengeance here. He has 6 mana for it. Has to be the Vengeance. Yep, there we go. I guess we kill the Trundle at least. But we lose all our units. We have the Jolfish. Doesn't really do a lot. Our units are really big too though. So that's why he needs to be careful of now. I like the idea of doing the Sirturmund caller and seeing what we get, and we get the Rek'Sai. Now he's gonna have enough mana for Field the Rush next turn. So I'm thinking it's better to do this. Let's do it. So if he has the Field the Rush, he could also have the Ruination. He could also have the Ruination here. If he does the Field the Rush, he's still gonna have to lose like the Trundle, and it's gonna have to block with the Tryndamere. Okay. If he blocks with Tryndamere, the Tryndamere condition triggers. So now we can kill the Tryndamere with the 2nd Goldfish. We can start with the Hammerfin. So instead of summoning the pillar, he did it this way to avoid me having something else, right? Of course, the problem here is that both of these guys have 10, so we're hoping that we can hit some of them twice. And we hit the Trundle twice. If we attach with the Tryndamere, we can block it and kill it. We cannot take 10 damage because we don't want to be in a position where we die to Atrocity, right? So we can do this. So Atrocity kills us. If he has the Ruination, he has the Ruination. I think at this point we cannot play around the Ruination. There we go. Because the open attack doesn't win because he could have Priest. And if we summon Rek'Sai, he could do something else, right? So if we summon Rek'Sai, we still lose to the Ruination, right? So I think we just go like that and see what happens. Yeah, good game there. So in this match, we had the mirror. Lurk versus Lurk. And in the mirror, you want to be able to get Pyke. You want to be able to be, you know, kind of start early. Ooh, this is kind of rough already. You want to be able to get the Pyke spell. Keeping the Rek'Sai might not be a bad idea. Still, I need to be able to do stuff, though. Ah, that's so unlucky. You got the Hatchling. So, oh, but he didn't hit the Lurk. Okay. So, because he didn't hit the Lurk, we can go ahead and summon the Hatchling instead of summoning the Snapjaw. Because we can just attack with this guy and go like that. We don't hit the... Okay, I thought we didn't hit it at first. It was like super slow. So now we have to summon the Snapjaw. And we have... As long as we hit that, we're okay. And we got the Pyke. Okay. So now we have a good blocker for this. We have blockers for the Hatchling. We have blockers for everything here. Problem is that if I block stuff, I'm gonna be sacrificing my units into his stuff, right? I don't think we sacrifice this one. I think we can just block there and block this one. So we're gonna block like this, because these two are always gonna get blocked anyways, right? And we can just attack with the Hatchling. We can guarantee that we hit the Lurk by sending this out. Maybe we get something else that we can play. We got a second Hatchling. Look at that. I like not playing this. I like keeping the mana and playing this later on. You still cannot block. So obviously we hit the Lurk because we send it back. We can save the Snapjaw for next turn to trigger Lurk again. And still have enough mana to do Death from Below. So what he's gonna do here, obviously he's gonna just try to kill this guy. I'm gonna do it like this. What we need to do is keep the Death from Below mana for later. So we'll do it like this. We'll play the Under Titan. So whoever plays Death from Below first loses this game. So we need to save our Death from Below to respond to his Pyke instead of the other way around. So we can do the Under Titan here. Cool. He loses the unit for free. He gets his Pyke. We can respond with our Pyke. We can do the Snapjaw first. Okay, perfect. If he doesn't block this, he's taking 6. Unfortunate for him. We can just do this, right? And then we open and we win. So now he has no blockers to our open attack. And because this deck doesn't run any other removal, he should be able to lose from this. We also have the Joltfish if we need to. And we drew the Rek'Sai. So yeah, that's usually how that mirror goes. It's like whoever has the Pyke first kind of just ends up winning if they can save it to use it in a good time. So in this game, we're going to be going up against Rek'Sai playing Overwhelm. So Rek'Sai is a very popular Overwhelm player. That really all he's known for is for playing Overwhelm type of decks. So this should be really fun because he's playing Sivir, Darius, Overwhelm. I think we can play with the Hatchling first because he probably has the 1-drop. So the Hatchling at least guarantees that we can get some damage through on turn 1. Yep. So, okay, so this is more like a burn deck. We missed the Lurk. Oh, no, we hit it. Oh, we hit the Pyke. Okay, we can high roll him. And we have the perfect curve where we can play both of these guys. I don't know if you didn't expect me not to block that, but I think I'm always blocking that. So we can play both of these guys and also play the Cersei color. and have enough mana for Pyke on the next turn. I like the Cersei color because we can play Pyke on our next turn, and then on our next attack we can just play the second Cersei color. Of course, the problem here is that Pyke wouldn't be good if he has the Sivir on this turn. So maybe in that scenario we save the Pyke for.
No one's the wiser.
Nothing can stop me.
No, it needs to be the other guy. So we do it on this guy because he can always kill the Sharkling for free. So now if he wants to kill the Sharkling, he's still sacrificing his Saboteur. And then we play Cersei color next turn. And attack. I think it's Cersei color to open, and we have the hammers now. We have the Rek'Sai. So now everything's, yeah, this is lethal right here. We hit the Rek'Sai, we kind of hit everything. We kind of ended up hitting everything that we needed. Like, we're wide enough here that I don't think there's anything he can do. Because it's lethal, even if he blocks. So he will need to have the, yeah, that's kind of how Lurk goes. It's like, either you high roll them or you don't. But, yeah, that's that deck. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games of Lurk. As you saw, the deck kind of dies and rides by whether you hit the Lurk or you miss the Lurk, etc. So hope you enjoyed those games. It's a really fun deck to play if you really like to just go super aggro and play really fast games. You saw that all these games were like really fast, and you could tell whether I was winning or not very quickly. So that's kind of like the lore of playing Lurk. That is like very quick games. Either you lose or you win, and you're gonna know that very, very quickly. I think the deck does really well against certain things in the meta. I think it does really well versus scouts. I think it can put a lot of pressure into Ari Cannon as well, depending on what cards you hit, and because of this hatchling having Fearsome. So it's not in a bad position, and it can also do very well against some control decks if you're able to play around, obviously, the avalanches, right? But it does also well versus darkness. But yeah, hope the games were good. If you like what you see, I post daily LoR videos, so make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.